Hello there everybody, RegiTime here, and we've got another hand that I played very recently, and I wasn't really that concerned about the hand until I shared it with a couple of people and they suggested different things to do, so maybe it's not as clear cut as I first thought when I played it through. It's about a flop decision, and I think it's just about, well, we'll get through to it, but to me it's not a particularly interesting spot, but given that I've shared it with some people and I've had different responses to how it would have been played, I'm just wanting to just have a little check of it and just see what people think. So here we are. I'm playing some 100 now, which is unusual for me, but I've been having a bit of a good trot lately. I was feeling my oats and I was just game selecting, and here we have the mark, Del Boy. He's the catalyst for the pre-flop action. So Del Boy limps, this player who I don't know too much about yet. He was being somewhat aggressive. He was isolating Del Boy quite aggressively, not having much success with it because Del Boy did start with, I think, around a $60 stack. So Del Boy has been getting the better of Kekun just now, but it didn't seem to stop him going for him. So my reasons for 3-betting here were that I don't want Kekun to just continually isolate Del Boy and have his own way, continue kind of like harvesting Del Boy for himself. So I mean, I could have just called here, but I think that's a really quite a poor option. I think 3-betting unfolding is clearly the best player here. And we could have called because I don't think this guy here is a particularly active squeezer. I mean, his stats might tell me otherwise, but I play with him a lot, and no, he's not 3%. Most of those stats come from 50 and L. So I didn't think I was going to get squeezed too often, so I could have just called to try and bring Del Boy into the pot too. But we're not going to flop very often, and I'd much rather just kind of let Kekun know sooner rather than later that he's not just going to be able to continually isolate Del Boy and have things his own way. So I did elect a 3-bet. And they all fold onto Kekun, who calls. Which obviously isn't not ideal when we get called. We've been 3-betting light, but we have to expect it's going to happen a decent amount of the time. So all isn't lost. We can still hit some flops, and we do hit a flop. So bearing in mind the last video I made where there were some observations that my sizing was a little bit out with my c-betting, I think I made a much better c-bet size this time. I just c-bet 10 into 26. And this is where the decision point comes in the hand. Kekun makes a small raise to 24. And this is where we're going to stop and gather some opinions. What would you do here and why? So, I mean, let's go through the options. Folding is clearly not an option. I mean, our hand's way too strong. So that's not even on the table, I'm afraid. We can't fold, but we can, but I think it would be ludicrous. So I think our options are making a really small raise. The smallest we can make is 38, which is just clicking it back to 14 more. So do we make a really small raise, 38 to 40, something like that? Do we just jam and hope he's on some kind of draw, some kind of like suited diamonds like King Queen, I don't know, King Queen, King Jack diamonds, Ace X diamonds, that type of thing? Or do we just call thinking that he's going to be airballing most of the time here on this kind of board, texture paired board, and just then look to like check something on the turn? I'm assuming check raise over on the turn. So there are options. I'm not going to say what I did. Obviously, I don't want to cloud anyone's opinion or affect anyone's opinion. But what would you do here? Would we be clicking it back to say around $40? Would we be jamming to make sure we get all the value we can from draws, not to allow free cards, etc.? Or do we call and then just deal with it if a diamond comes off? We'll look to check shove most turns. So there's your options. What would you do? Make your move, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to hearing everyone's feedback, reading everyone's feedback, and please do leave comments. These videos have been well received. I've been getting comments everywhere I've left them, and it's very interesting to see how different people would play the same hands differently. So thank you very much for watching. I look forward to hearing how you would play the hand. Thanks for now. Bye.